Hey everyone, welcome to this week of Hyperfixated, where I'm joined with my co-host Austin. We're gonna do a tier list on creating. Well, we're gonna do a tier list on ranking every mainline Pokemon game. This one doesn't have Scarlet and Violet, so we'll tell where they go at the end. But Austin, let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Bet. Okay. So I guess we'll start with red, blue, and yellow because it has
And
green on there.
and the OG Green Pocket Monster. Since I've never played, you know what?
So
I need to make another tier real quick that says never played because I've never played the OG Green.
okay, so some of these I've never played either. So if we never for it to go
If you
there,
never
we
played it,
both have never played it because I at least know of the games that I haven't played. Like I know something
yeah,
about them. You know what I'm saying? It's like we
yeah,
both had to have not played them in order for them to go into never played.
yeah,
Okay. So we'll
and
put
I feel you with that.
green goes straight to never played because neither one of us had never played it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, this region exclusive.
yeah. So
All right,
well,
so since the next one is your first Pokemon game, I'll let you decide how you want to rank this one.
honestly, hear me out. We're gonna put this one at amazing, not masterpiece, right? Cause
No, trust me, I would have thought nothing less.
so Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Let's take a step back. Everyone that's not like oh masterpiece, like take the nostalgia blinders off and remember that you've got remakes right down the road. The Fire, we'll get there when we get there, but Fire Red and Leaf Green are right down the road, and they're pretty much the same games. They just have some revamps to them that make them a lot better of an actual game. Like the graphics are
Yeah,
better.
quality of life updates.
Exactly. So the story of these are amazing, but there
Yeah,
are games later down the road that fix some things, like you'll have some graphic design stuff later that will be fixed. So yeah, I would
yeah,
put
and I
it
will say they were also extremely buggy at the start too. There's a bunch of glitches and everything,
that's true.
and
That's
even
true.
finding missing no.
Yeah, cuz there's literally like memes all over the internet of people doing speed runs in 3 seconds because of the glitches and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
but I would put
well,
them at nothing less than amazing with you.
yeah. As for their order respectively, I would leave it the way it is. Yellow at the very end. I would honestly put yellow at good. I would move it down because you don't have a choice of starters. You're straight up just with left with Pikachu.
Well, there is a way where you can get all three of the starters in this one. That's what it's kind of like Ash's journey. So in that aspect, I would put it in amazing because you can play it from like Ash's journey, where you start with Pikachu and then you can find Venus, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle like in the game.
Can you? Because I've played that
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, that's what
I don't remember.
That's what a lot of the places said. I never got too far. My friend Adam was like, "Yeah, dude, you can get all three starters in that." I was like, "Oh,
Because I know you could trade, but I didn't know. Because Pikachu's locked into your team. So you have to use Pikachu. You can't use like Jolteon or another electric type. You're stuck with Pikachu. That's just one reason I would be like, good.
I'll leave it at good because I haven't played it too much. Maybe we'll go back and redo the list after we played some more of them.
Yeah,
But
after
since I played this one for I played this one for maybe like 2 hours at the most. I haven't fully gotten through it, so I'll stay at good with you.
okay. Let's move to gold and silver, and I'll look up real quick if you can do Pokemon. Okay, so Pokemon Red and Blue, leave them the way they are. Both games are very similar, just with some uh like game exclusives that are
Yeah,
not too
and
big
I
of a
know
deal.
you're a big Charizard guy, so I'm okay with putting Charizard in front of Blastoise.
I mean,
Well, I'm a Venusaur guy, so I'm Bulbasaur guy, so I'd have Venusaur in front. But since Green, we'd never played it. It's only Japanese.
it doesn't count.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to argue. Yeah, I'm not going to argue.
Can you catch other starters in Pokemon Yellow?
Because if you can, we need to bump it up to amazing. I believe.
Pokemon Yellow offers you the chance to get Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle without having to trade, much like how Ash was able to obtain the three starters from Red and Blue in
Yeah.
the anime. Um, I did not
I think
know
in that
that.
case we put it at.
I'd
That's what
put
I'm
it
saying. I
above
think we need to put it
Charizard
at
or
amazing,
put it
just
above Red.
strictly further on that.
I would actually put it
Okay.
if you had the chance to
Well,
get all three. Yeah, because it's an enhanced
yeah.
version. I The only thing I don't like is that Pikachu is stuck in your
And
team.
his stats are kind of bad.
Yeah,
Well, his stats
and he
aren't
doesn't
bad, but like,
evolve.
yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he can't evolve. Pretty sure he's stuck. So yeah. Um, we'll respectfully leave it at this for now, and we'll move on to gold, silver, and crystal. Um, so gold and
See, since I
silver.
since I've played Crystal,
Go
one
ahead.
sec. Since I've played Crystal, I'll do the ranking on Crystal because that's one of my favorites.
All right, because I haven't played crystal, but I've played a little bit of gold, and this brought in the time mechanic to Pokemon games.
Yeah.
So I think this deserves a nice place up there. But you got Soul Silver and Heart Gold that are coming up too, so you got to remember that, and those were considered masterpieces. So I would put um I'd put Gold and Silver maybe behind the originals at Amazing, but that's up to you.
I'm okay with that, and I would straight up put Crystal at amazing just because the you can get Suicune's like the main, like you can get all the legendaries in this game pretty much, and then like I don't know, I shiny hunted in this game. I have a shiny Cyndaquil in this game currently, and this is the first Pokemon game ever to include like a female character. Chris, her name is like in the manga and everything. So I feel like this is the first like inclusion of having like a female protagonist that you could use. So I think at that point for
There
like
was
them like update like for them doing like progress within the games, I think Crystal is at like a masterpiece where it allows you to do that and other stuff. Plus, the only another reason why is because this one has Pokemon animations, whereas Crystal, Gold and Silver would just send it out. Crystal did like move for a second and then like stop. So I think that's another like improvement over the origin, over the color, other the Golden Silver.
we can all
If you're
right.
good
Let's
with that,
move Crystal to
if not,
Masterpiece,
yeah,
and we can always change it later.
yeah.
So let's just
All right.
build like our let's build like our base chart, and then if too much stuff, I can already tell that a lot of stuff's about to be moved up to the higher rankings, and we need a more balanced board. So we'll just kind of go through it, and we'll figure it out as we go. If too much
You
stuff
want me
is
to put
higher,
something
we'll start
above
moving
master?
stuff
You want me to
around.
put something above masterpiece and make it like perfect?
No, no, leave masterpiece, and
Okay.
yeah, we'll fix it later. Um, but I'm good with Crystal being up there, just because this was the first game that was like not well, I mean Yellow was an enhanced version, right? But I feel like
Yeah,
Crystal was just a better enhanced version because you can catch all the legendaries. Um,
and it's
I
on
don't know.
Virtual
Leave
Console.
and it had a lot going on too. It had a
Because I
lot
have
of
yellow on.
improvements for the series, like time based stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. So leave that one alone for now. Let's move into Gen
All
3.
right. So Gen 3 is one of my favorite generations. I started with Gen 4, so Gen 4 is my favorite, but Gen 3 is like by far my second favorite generation. Well, just Hoenn in general. I love Hoenn.
I'd agree.
That's why I
Yeah.
like Brilliant Diamond and Shining. Not Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. ORAS Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is probably one of my favorite Pokemon games ever.
I haven't played the remakes, but I have played a good chunk of Emerald um
Yeah.
twice. I played a good chunk of it on my YouTube channel, and I played a good chunk of it growing up. My dad has
We
almost
still need
beat
to do a
Ruby.
randomized one.
We should, but
We
those
still need to do
games
a
are long.
randomized playthrough. Yeah.
I'm
Oh, I
just
know
saying
it.
those games are long. Like I started doing it on my YouTube channel and I got like 5, 6 episodes in and I hadn't even scraped the surface of those games. I was like, okay, time to
Yeah.
chill. But
We could do some grinding on the downtime and then hop back in the video and be like, all right, guys, I did a little grinding because I know you didn't want to watch that.
yeah, those are grinding's rough. But at least in emulators you have fast forward. But
Hmm.
let's get back to the basis of the video of the rankings. I
Yeah.
would say Ruby over Sapphire. I would put them above Gen 1.
And
What would
amazing.
you do? Yeah,
Uh, I'd say that's fair. I would put Ruby in front of Sapphire because I like Groudon more than Kyogre.
I agree. I like them both, but if I had to choose I'd pick Groudon. So, I feel like Emerald should go up to Masterpiece. Should it go above Crystal?
Yeah, I would
Uh
say so.
yeah, I
They
agree.
added they added Rayquaza. His theme is amazing, and like again, this one had like a little bit more features. You had different clothing, like you have more green style clothing than normal.
Yeah. Um why don't
I don't know. Just
let's
I love Emerald. I'm
all right.
thinking we move Gen 1 down to good because we can put Fire Red and Leaf Green in amazing.
Let's do that. I agree.
And I think we could probably do the same thing with Gold and Silver to make way for their remakes, if that sounds fair.
I agree. I was gonna put Heart Gold and Soul Silver in Masterpiece, but
Okay, that works.
but
We'll get to that when we get to that.
that looks good. That looks a lot better. It looks like we have a more balanced board.
Yeah.
So I can agree with what we have going on here. And as
Okay.
you just said, I would put Fire Red and Leaf Green in Amazing. Um, Definitely some quality of life boosts we got going on here.
Uh,
Am I still in?
yeah, you're still on. You're good. I can hear you.
It's okay. It's glitching out for me, so I was just making sure.
Uh,
But
mm,
I would move Fire Red and Leaf Green in front of Yellow.
that's
I,
valid.
yeah, I wouldn't necessarily put him in front of Ruby and Sapphire, but I'll definitely put him in front of Yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow was amazing, but Fire Red and Leaf Green just had those things that we definitely needed in life.
All right. So we're moving to Gen 4 now, and hear me out. I'm
Ah,
thinking. I'm thinking Diamond and Pearl go to Amazing because there's a version of Gen 4 that's better than Amazing.
I can accept that, but I would put them all in Masterpiece. If I take off the nostalgia blinders, right? Because that's
Yeah.
just that's my favorite Pokemon generation. Then
Same.
I'd be like,
It was
okay,
my first generation.
fair enough. I would put Diamond and I would put Pearl in front of Diamond because I like Palkia better in the top of
See? Same
Amazing,
here.
and then I would put Platinum. Honestly, bro, would I put Platinum? Yeah, put Platinum in front of Emerald,
I
definitely.
would. Because look, because Pearl and Diamond and Pearl were like both of our like first or like favorite. This is my first Pokemon game, so like this is why. Well, mine first was technically Platinum, but I played it for like a day, and then a kid in class told me that Pearl was better, and I believed him because I was 9, and we traded, and I didn't know any better, and I wish I did. But so Pearl was my first Pokemon game, and I liked it more because um I was stuck with it. And then
Because you
when I
got lied
finally
to,
got the
but it's
chance to play
okay.
Platinum, yeah, when I finally got the chance to play Platinum, the clothing, like your sprite's clothing was like more winter based. Like you had the cool little scarf and everything. And then like you had Giratina in the game like first
You're
off. Then you had like
you're
his
cutting out for
negative
me.
zone or whatever it was called. And then the end game content was a lot better. They had like different Pokemon that like showed up in the game rather than in Diamond and Pearl. Like you had like maybe three fire types in the whole game, and if you didn't pick Chimchar as a starter, you're basically screwed for fire types. Um, I don't know. That one was kind of rough. But the battle tower was increased severely in this one, and Diamond, like, it basically fixed a lot of the parts that Diamond and Pearl kind of had little gripes with.
A lot of everything you just said was cut out, but from what I
Eh,
got,
It's all right. From the our audio still picks it up because that's what I learned from last time. Sometimes it would cut out with like Luke and Quan in the last episode, but then like when I listened to it, like it was all there. So I was like, huh.
all right. Um, yeah. So basically, from what I got, I heard a good
Mm,
chunk of that. But what you were saying was is that there were like small improvements with
yeah.
the sprites, the animations, and you said you liked the battle tower better in platinum.
There was access to more Pokemon in Platinum at the end game rather than Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, because platinum kind of brought the two together. Like I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure in platinum there's a way to get all of the Pokemon. Like
There is.
you don't have to crisscross games. Yeah.
I think there is in some disregarding like starters and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Disregarding starters, but like you don't have to trade between diamond and pearl. They should most of them should be in platinum.
Yeah.
Um but yeah.
All right. So next with Gen 4, we have the remix of Gold and Silver, which is Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Since I'm more of a, you know what, are you a Ho-Oh person or a Lugia person? Because I'm thinking I'm gonna move Silver in front of Heart Gold, or Silver in front of Gold.
Um I played gold, but I prefer Lugia.
See, that's what I'm
I
saying. I
think
prefer
most
Lugia as
I
well.
think most of the community prefers Lugia as well.
See, and since I've played Heart Gold for, like, you and me both played it for a little bit. We were trying to do a randomizer, and we need to pick that back up, by the way, like at some point. But
I would honestly move
Lugia
those
was
in
like,
front of Crystal.
that's valid. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll move them in front of Emerald too.
Yeah, I was about to say cuz these are considered the best games by a good chunk of the community. I wouldn't say in front of Platinum,
And
but
nah, but I'm thinking like in this one, I like it because who doesn't like your Pokemon following you? And
yeah.
then, like, if you have a shiny one, it follows you and it's shiny. That's really cool.
Yeah. So definitely leave that where it is. Cuz those are considered some of the best. Those are some of the most sought after and some of the
Yeah,
highly regarded games in the entire
that's
community.
why
So I
my cartridges are fake because I can't find real ones.
I mean, even the fake ones go for 20-30 bucks, and that's a fake cartridge that you can emulate on your computer. So I mean,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, like even the fact that those are $30 still is like wow, you know.
yeah.
But
All
those
right, so
also brought
next
in the
is the generation that
Pokewalker.
I know you don't like, but I love the music for it, and I do like this generation.
Let's talk about the original Pokemon Go though. Let's
Oh
talk about the
yeah,
Pokewalker.
dude, I
You remember
remember the
that?
commercial where Zach and Cody and the Cole Sprouse and Dylan Sprouse are walking on the beach, but they kept saying Pokemon. They go, "My Pokemon." I'm like, "Dude, it's Pokemon, dude. Chill out." And he's like, "I play Pokemon Heart and Gold." He goes, "I play Pokemon Soul Silver." I'm like, "Dude, come on."
He's like, "Hey, bro,
And he's like, I
shit."
use the Pokewalker and put it on my pocket and carry my Pokemon from Pokemon Heart Gold." I'm like, "Dude, stop saying it like that."
That's cringy, but that's nostalgia
Yeah,
because
dude, they made me want to get
Zach
the
and
game because it was Zach and
Cody.
Cody.
That's
They made me
facts.
want to get the game. They made me want to get the game because it was
Who
Zach and Cody. I was like,
who won
dude,
the
come on.
Danimal sweepstakes? Who won it?
Nobody knows, dude.
Dude, nobody. What
We
they
gotta find out. We
they
gotta
fell
find
off
out.
the face of the earth. But no,
We gotta find out.
but yeah, I don't know. I think the Pokewalker was a good touch. I think you could only have like one Pokemon at a time, and you couldn't
Yeah,
really do anything with it. But that
you get
started
some
the
steps with it.
premises of having that started the premises of taking a Pokemon off the game and taking it with you, like with Pokemon Go. So I feel like that the innovation was just off the charts with these two games. So,
Yeah.
all
How
right, we
about
can move on
Pokemon
to
go to the Pokemon go to the polls?
go to the polls. How about
That's the
Pokemon
reason.
go to the polls?
Pokemon go to the polls will be at Big Booty Butt Cheeks for me.
That's true.
Let's see. So I like Gen 5 a lot. I know that you don't.
They're
I like Gen
okay.
5 a lot. I like the music. I like Zekrom more than Reshiram. Even though I have Pokemon Black, I like Zekrom more because
Zekrom
I
more
thought
than
he'd be in Pokemon
Reshiram.
Black.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
only
bro!
because
What?
I think his Blue Lightning was cool. That's the only reason why.
I don't know Reshiram.
But
If you're talking Gen 5, bro,
I know
the Gen 5 legendaries are fire. The games,
I agree.
eh.
See, I like the music. Like you said, you're not a big music person when playing the games. I love Gen 5 sound. Gen 4 soundtrack's really good too, but I love Gen 5 soundtrack, especially when you're about to die and it goes dun 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 ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, ba-da,
I mean,
ba-da,
there's
ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
some times in games where the music is just so powerful, you have to listen to it while you're playing it because it builds the atmosphere, right? But like most of the time, I'm just not paying attention to it. I'm just playing the game. But I mean, like when you're like everyone knows the main Pokemon theme, everyone knows the Mario theme, everyone knows like like there's points in video games where the music really stands out. So I just don't pay attention to it when I'm really focused at a game. You know what I'm saying?
See that? Look. I remember my first battle. I was in the gym and I hear this music and it made me like anxious.
All right, don't play
Dude,
too
it.
much of it. You don't want to get you don't
I'm
want to get
not.
striked, but yeah.
I'm not, dude. It made like a sense of like urgency. Like I gotta finish this battle. I gotta either use a potion fast or I gotta finish this battle fast because I'm about to die.
Yeah, music definitely sets an atmosphere, but I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to it.
Since I know how you feel about Gen 5, I'm willing to put Black and White at good because I feel like Black and White 2 deserve amazing at the least.
I disagree with Black and White 2 getting amazing, but I am a-okay with Black and White getting good.
Well, see, because this is the first concept of like fusion in Pokemon because they fused Kyurem with Zekrom and Kyurem with Reshiram, and I thought that was really freaking cool. That's why, like, I don't know. That's why I chose to get these ones like that because
I I don't know. I never played those, so I'm gonna let you go ahead
so look,
because
this one is like you know how Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. If you play any of those, they're like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are like the exact same game, but there's like a small little difference with like the legendaries at the end, and like that's why we'll get to that one in a second because I strongly dislike Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, but this one it's not the same game at all because it's like a few years down the line, like after Black and White, like Black and White 2, like your childhood friends are now like gym leaders, and then like oh one of them is a gym leader, like Charon, your childhood friend's like a gym leader now. I don't know what Bianca does to be honest, I kind of forgot, but so like it shows like a few years of progression after that and then like you start the game anew um and you're in the same region but you don't have to fight the same gym leaders, like some of the gym leaders have changed and the story's changed too, and then with this one they announced that like Kyurem can fuse with Zekrom or Reshiram, turning it from a electric type to a electric ice or like electric ice dragon type or something like that, and that was really cool as well. So that's why I think their inclusion should be at amazing at least. But
I'm gonna let it slide just because I haven't played them, so my opinion really doesn't matter.
I'm still gonna put Ruby
Oh
and Sapphire above. I'm putting Ruby and Sapphire above.
whoa
I'm putting Ruby and Sapphire above them still, but I think they're good between Fire Red, Leaf Green, and this one.
whoa, dude! Oh my gosh. Um,
Here, I will put them in front of Yellow. I'll put them in front of Yellow.
okay, okay, we'll let it go. I haven't played them, so my opinion
So
doesn't matter. I'm gonna let you slide on that one, but I feel like I don't know.
All right. So
Black
did
and
you
white
ever
I'm
play
okay
X
with.
and Y?
Um I played I don't think I've played them, but I've watched some Let's Plays, and I like X and Y.
See, I played Y. I never played X because I didn't like the deer, but I like the Yveltal. I don't know what he is. He's like a bat, but I like Yveltal.
I always thought it was
Well,
like a
no, it's not a bat
dragon,
because
like a bird
Lunala is
dragon,
like a bat.
like a bird
Yeah,
dragon
I
type
go with, like
thing.
bird dragon. But this was their first transition from like sprites to 3D, and I personally was for it. I'm not a big fan of the Xerneas still, so I would strictly put Xerneas at good and then put Yveltal at amazing because I like Y more than X. And I know it's the same game, but I don't like the legendary as much.
Does the
I'm hmm?
does the legendary put it down a whole tier though?
I just don't like
Or does
I don't like
Is
the
Y Velta so good that it's putting it up a tier?
I would say the legendary is bad that I'm putting it down. Only because I just don't like Xerneas as a Pokemon. I don't like deers. I can
I
put
don't
them
know,
both in
cause like
amazing, but I'll just have to put my pride away for it.
I think they're both good. I don't think they're amazing.
Yeah, I will say because it's the first transition from 3D, and they still had to learn a few
And
things while they were doing it.
there was still some bugs, which this is I'm pretty sure this is around the time where you started getting the bugs,
You
right?
think I need to? I'm gonna put these above red and green, red and blue, I think, because it's still a very good. They're still very good.
Um
Well, I want to put them in amazing because they brought Mega Evolution, and then this.
I was about to say this is the first gen that had like a power up within the game, right? I don't think Black and White had anything.
No, they just had Black and White 2 had the fusion thing, but nothing, no like gimmick. This is the first like gimmick that they made after
This is the first
fusion.
one with the gimmick with the mega evolutions. Okay.
And Mega Evolution
Um
is my favorite gimmick, and I believe they still need to bring it back.
I'm going to say they're solid in the good section.
Yeah, they'll be a very good only because
And
this next two games, my favorite remakes in any remake series, deserves nothing less than masterpiece.
yeah, go for it. I would put them behind
I'm
Emerald. Hey, yo. What you doing?
Look, for me.
What?
This is a better version of Emerald because you can still get Rayquaza in the game.
Okay.
At the very
That
end of the game, you can catch Rayquaza.
that's solid. I can let that slide. I can compromise there, but I would not put them in front of Platinum. Oh my gosh. No. Yeah, no. Good, yes, but
I would
not.
still put them above. I would put them above Soul Silver, but that's me. Because in this one, you
I
can
don't
Mega
know.
Evolve Pokemon from Gen 3 as well. And they have a Primal Groudon form. Groudon can turn Primal. He has that little yellow line and stuff on him.
Primal
It's freaking
Kyogre looks
crazy.
cooler than Primal Groudon. I like a Groudon
I mean, you're
better.
not wrong.
I like Groudon as a Pokemon better, but Kyogre's primal form looks better than Kyogre's primal form.
That's valid.
Yeah.
But I don't, the main reason I'm putting Omega Ruby, I'm leaving Omega Ruby in front though. If you were to speedrun it, Alpha Sapphire is like a few minutes longer because they have a longer fight sequence in a certain part. That makes the game like 2 minutes longer. So I'd stick it with Ruby being in front or Omega Ruby being in front.
Well, I'm not a speedrunner, but
I'm not
we'll
either,
go with
but
it. We'll go with it.
we need to do one of these on starters later. You, me, and Chris just do one on
Yes.
starters.
Yes. I agree.
And we need to do one of ranking like every gen of Pokemon too, but that's when we actually have time.
I
Um,
mean, this kind of is like ranking generations because
yeah,
we're sticking them together. But I mean, I
yeah,
guess we could go off like generations themselves
yeah.
instead of the games.
I'm in like every generation of Pokemon.
Yeah, I was about to say because we're including flaws and stuff into these games too, so we can do
Yeah, I'm
that.
just talking about like the original like 151, and then Gen 2's original Pokemon, the Gen 3s and 4s and 5s and etc. Um, I'm not willing to compromise with Sun and Moon. I think all four of these belong in Big Booty Butt Cheeks.
The next 6 games belong in Big Booty Butt Cheeks.
I'm willing to say that Let's Go Pikachu is mid at the best.
There's no fighting. There's no
Well,
RPG
here,
aspect.
I'll explain why we're
Yeah,
putting
you're gonna
Big
have to
Booty Butt
debate that
Cheeks
one.
here. I'm saying for Sun and Moon. I'm explaining why. Um,
Oh, that's
the
simple.
first 20 minutes of the game is nothing but dialogue, and for me the entire game is nothing but a big dialogue thing. I don't play Pokemon to read, I play it to level up and fight. And there's no gyms, there's stupid like wilderness excursions that you have to do to to like get the approval of Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko, Tapu Poo Poo. Freaking
Taboo pee
I
pee.
don't like here. I'll at least put Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon in front of Sun and Moon because they're a little bit better, not by much, but a little bit because they have cooler Pokemon. They have like the wormhole where you can like hunt for all the legendaries and stuff. But still, I don't like these games. I don't like. I don't even remember the main character's name is so forgettable. I don't even remember your friend's character's name. It's like it's not Hop, it's like How or something. And dude's like freaking annoying.
So like Sun and Moon brought one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. My
I mean, mine
top
too. It
3.
brought
It
it
brought
brought
me
Mimikyu.
Zeraora. It brought
It
me
brought me
Zeraora.
Mimikyu. You
Zeraora and
guys are
Mimikyu.
aura.
Zeraora. But no, like it brought some solid. So this is where the gen versus games thing is gonna become a situation, which is why we could definitely do gens later. Like we could go, okay, this I prefer this gen over its game because these games were terrible.
Yeah,
I don't know.
based off like the nostalgia
I
blinders.
played it and I couldn't even get through the first 20 minutes. You're talking about
Ah,
exactly. Take
you're
off the
glitching
nostalgia
out, bro.
blinders. Am I? Oh well, what I said was the
Not anymore.
the games are trash, but some of the Pokemon were good. Like people like Mimikyu. I'm a Zeraora
That's
fan.
valid.
So there's good Pokemon, it's just the game's trash. Um so yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. They stay in big
The
booty butt
games,
cheeks, but
yeah.
we can talk about the generation itself in a different episode.
You're cutting out. I mean, you might be talking,
I
and I
cut out
probably just
again.
can't hear it until we actually like get the until I can't hear the until I actually hear the audio. But you cut out again for that second. Yeah,
Hopefully it didn't cut out too much. I would hate to have to record this again. But
it
yeah,
wouldn't. You're good. It usually picks itself up whenever I get the final like editing portion of it.
gotcha.
Usually comes back in. It picks it up, but I just can't hear it.
Basically what I was saying is the games are trash, but the generation wasn't that bad. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's real. I like the Pokemon in the game, but I don't really like the game.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so like
Now let's go
my
with
thing with here, look, I hate Eevee, so I will put Eevee in Big Booty
you
Butt Cheeks
hate
100%.
Eevee? What?
Yes.
Why do you hate Eevee?
Dude, it just looks stupid. I want to punch it.
Why? What in the what?
I don't like Eevee, dude. I don't know why. The only form of Eevee I like is Umbreon, and that's shiny Umbreon.
Dog.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro.
I'm gonna make people
I
mad.
can't yeah, I can't agree with you. You're gonna have to put it if you're gonna put Pikachu in mid, then you've got to put Eevee in mid because Eevee like your
Look, I'll put
personal
them
bias
both.
against Eevee is weird.
I'll
I
put
don't
them
know how you
both
don't
in
like
mid.
Eevee.
Here's why I put them in mid. You get to dress them up in outfits to match the same as yours. Again, that's not my thing, but like, it's the first time you get to do that to have your Pokemon match you like the entire game. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I like the catching method where you get your Joy-Con and you just like hold the button down and like throw it like you're doing Pokemon Go. I think that's cool. I do agree with you, however, that there's no really good there's no really good fights in the game like at all. You don't get to fight the Pokemon, you just get to like throw a
I
Pokeball
was
at
about
it.
to say there's no fight at all. You're
Um,
just it's
shiny
Pokemon
hunting in this
Go.
Shiny hunting in this game is like supposed to be really good. I haven't done it. I think my friend Ricky has almost finished the shiny decks for that game, which is crazy.
I
Shout
mean,
out to Ricky.
it's just the original 151. right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I believe because it's literally a remake of Gen 1, but it's trash because there's no RPG element to it. You're just catching Pokemon. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is mid because like for me being like a collector at least, like I'm okay with just being able to catch them, but like it wasn't as enjoyable for me because I couldn't do like all the other stuff I could do in the other games. Like you catch a Pokemon, you level up like twice. I'm like, why can't I just fight it and then level up from fighting it?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Sword and Shield. I There's been mixed opinions with Sword and Shield. I personally don't hate the games. I don't like Hop that much. I'm not gonna say he's the worst character ever, but I'm not the biggest fan of Hop. But I do I like the starters in this game. I like actually no, I like Grookey and Sobble. I don't like Score Bunny.
I don't like Sobble, but I like Score Bunny. I'm a big Grookey fan, but I am not a fan of
Yeah,
Sobble
I
whatsoever.
like Sobble because he's a lizard.
I don't like
I
that
don't know why.
he's.
I tend to fall towards more water type starters.
I like. I don't know. I just go based on the game.
Oh yeah, I also forgot. The worst gimmick by far is the one in Sun and Moon with the Z moves. That was Dookie. That was big booty butt cheeks, and that's why I also don't like that. All right, next to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Going back to this one, um,
Dynamax
Dynamaxing
was
kind of
fun.
cool.
Dynamaxing was fun.
Gigantamax forms for like certain Pokemon that was like special. That's kind of cool too. Um, I'm all right with. I'm putting them in. I'm okay with putting them in good, possibly
I would
amazing,
put
but
them.
I'm okay with good.
I would put them at the top of good.
That's fair.
Yeah, because I liked them. I mean, people hated them, but I genuinely liked them.
I like them. I don't like Shieldbird or Swordbird at all in the slightest.
The characters
It's the
suck,
dudes with the
bro.
shield and the sword shit. Yeah,
Shieldbird, Swordbird, whatever, right? But this was the first game where it genuinely it had an open world area. It didn't have an open world
it
everything. It
it
was an
brought
open
gym
world.
leaders back too.
That's true. That's true. But I don't know. I think it gets a lot of hate that's just not deserved.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
Because yeah, I know a lot of people who don't like the game strictly because of that. I
yeah.
like this though from the game. Their gym theme went
I was about
crazy.
to say the gym theme where they're like, whoa, like the crowd starts singing. That's
See,
sick.
I never got to hear it too much because like I play Pokemon. I played it a certain way, and I play it the same way through all the games. Where I grind my Pokemon to like an undesirable amount of grinding. So then, like, dude, I freaking ran through the first like 4 gyms like with ease. I was like at level
Ah,
30 when I got to the first gym.
so you
The
just
wild
over
area.
level.
No, the wild area was like I didn't think the game would be that easy to get XP because I'm used to playing it in like Diamond and Pearl where you gotta like grind your heart out to get it like
Oh, and you gotta
far.
like throw a Pokemon in the front and then back it up to the back and then
Yeah,
yeah.
and then like so I wasn't used to like the EXP curve in this game. So like when I was playing it, I got a freaking level 30 within like 2 hours for all my Pokemon. I'm
I
like,
will
dang,
say, I will say, I hate that.
I do too.
I love it, but I hate it at the same time because like,
It makes the
where's
games
the
easier to
challenge?
beat.
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes the games
where's the
easier to
challenge?
beat. But like, dude, I freaking miss back in the day when you had an EXP share, you could only give it to one Pokemon, and they got the EXP share. And the
Yup.
rest of them you had to just like level up as you go, and it takes you like so like I ran through Black and White 2 in a day. I beat it in a day because I bought it at
No.
dude I bought it at night, and I brought it to school the next day, and you better believe I did nothing in that class that day but play that game. I had it in my desk. I was in my desk. I was at gym 4 by the time we got to like first period. I'm just like going crazy. I didn't grind or nothing. And then like I beat the game, and I was like, dude, that's freaking wild. Like I beat the whole game in a day, and I was so happy with that.
Black and White were solid games. I'm not gonna say they were bad. I'm just gonna say they were the end of my time until I got back into it, if that makes any sense at all. That was
The end of
like,
my time was Ultra Sun, and well, mine was Sun and Moon. I just tried to play Ultra Moon not too long ago, and I still don't really like it.
Like I played Black and White. Oh, oh, excuse me. And then
You're
X
good.
and Y, and then X and Y came out, and I was like, I couldn't afford a 3DS. And then Sun and
Yeah.
Moon came out, and I absolutely hated Sun and Moon with a passion. Just yeah, it was. I couldn't do it. What is that?
Omega Ruby.
Nice.
And then Emerald.
Based.
That's it's fake.
Mine's fake too. I got mine at a jockey lot, and the guy told me it was legit, and then I didn't know how to check at the time, and I was like, "Oh, good stuff."
I bought mine on eBay and I knew it was fake, but I said I kind of just want to play the old game, so that's what I did.
Yeah. All right. Let's move. We
Right.
one, two, three, four. We got five left.
Yeah, and these next two, you already know my opinion on them. I'm very angry with these games, but I'll still put them above their originals and amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are the carbon copy of Diamond and Pearl. There's nothing different. They don't add any of the advancements they have from Pokemon Platinum. You get Pearl, but in a new, uh, and like a fresh coat of paint, pretty much. I still like these games, but since I've played Diamond and Pearl so well, not Diamond and Pearl, I've played Pearl so many times that playing this just felt like another playthrough of Pearl with a new coat of paint. That's all you got really. Like there's nothing that really kept me involved in just like, oh yep, this is Pearl. Cool.
And I understand where you're coming from, but I love that. I love the fact that it was I got to play the game I played as a kid with a new coat of paint on it, basically with like a new skin. I loved the chibi form. And I don't know. I felt like was it me or was Cynthia harder when we were kids?
No, from what I heard, she was actually harder in this game. And
Is
like
she?
looking at the stats, she was harder this game. But I think that we've just grown up so much that we know how to handle Cynthia because we've already fought her so many times
Do you want
that
to know how to
we
how to
can't.
fight Cynthia?
I
Potions
came
and
into that thing.
revives.
I came into that fight severely over leveled and won very easy. I won the first time.
In her, I won the first time too, but in her battles, bro, you just kind of wait out her Garchomp. You know, you don't really beat it. You just wait.
Pretty much. Uh,
Yeah.
her theme goes absolutely crazy, and that's what I love Cynthia's theme, bro. I don't know if you knew this, but in Black and White, after you beat the game, you can go to a certain house. Cynthia's
And
big chilling in
Cynthia's
there,
in
and you get to
there.
fight her again. Yeah, you get to fight her again.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of
And
people that
the
have
music, yeah, change.
nightmares about
Dun
that.
dun 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 dun. Oh no, that's Red's theme. I'm not thinking Cynthia's at all.
All right. So, we're solid on Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. It's pretty much the same games, just with a revamp.
Here's PTSD for you. After this Kit Kat ad, of course, because why not?
But yeah,
Dude, her music was so good. I'll also say the goat of Diamond and Pearl, the goat of our Gen 4, bro, Bidoof. Bidoof was the goat.
all hail Bidoof.
Yeah, he was my fodder. Every time I needed to like revive something, like Bidoof, go out. I need to revive my Infernape.
He was the HMTM goat. He
Slave.
just he
Yeah.
just knew everything. Surf, cut. He took everything. And then he was my oh no, my entire team's down. I need to revive. Yeah, he was my cannon
Yeah.
fodder.
He was just fodder. That's all he was.
So
Yep, just fodder.
so respect to all the Bidoofs out there. But yeah.
Yeah, I have two shiny ones in this next game, Legends of Arceus. I have a shiny one that I evolved and a normal shiny one. So one is named D's and the other one's name is Nuts. So I have D's Nuts and they're both shiny.
Solid.
All
Yeah.
right, so next game, Legends Arceus. I will put this between Heart Gold and Omega Ruby and Masterpiece. Because as much as I love this game, bro, I am not going to collect every single Pokemon and get their research level to a certain degree so I can fight Arceus. I still haven't fought Arceus yet because I have not done all that research and I kind of don't want to.
I was
I'm
about
going
to
to
say
eventually. I'm going
I've
to
beat
eventually.
I've beat the story,
Yeah.
but that's too much. Like to actually beat the game and fight Arceus, bro, there was too much, dude. Like my
If I ever
dad
get
did
bored out of
it,
my brain,
but
if I
I'm
get
just
bored out of
like
my brain, I might do it.
if I have no games left to play, which is very impossible. I have a ton of games to play. Like if I have no games left to play, I just bored out of my mind, don't have anything else to do. I will complete it. But
Austin, hear me out. You, me, and Chris all buy capture cards, and we all do a rundown. Just we got to catch everything in this game, and we all do it together. We could probably get it done. It'd be more fun if we were all three doing it together.
that's crazy.
No, I think that'd be
I
the
don't
only
even
way
think
I'd be
Chris has
motivated to
played it
do it.
yet. I don't even think Chris has played it yet.
Well, we'd be ahead. But you
True.
better catch up, Bucko.
You better catch up, Bucko, and beat the game. Ha ha. But yeah,
I have
no.
a few shinies in this game because the thing I loved about this game before they patched it was there was a glitch where you could look in the you could go to the camp like in the you can be in the village, look at the camps and see what kind of Pokemon is having a wild outbreak, and if you didn't like it you could go into a random area and come right back to the city and it would reset. They don't do that anymore, but it would reset. And if you find the ones that you liked, so let's say you get like a poly, like a was it, let's say there's a Psyduck, you go to the Psyduck Wild Break and you save it. You go to the area and you go to the wild outbreak, like you save before you go there. Then you go to the outbreak. If there's not a shiny Pokemon, leave the city, save, and then go open the map, and the place would be the same. So you go back into that area, save again, and then do the wild outbreak again because that's the only way to reset the wild outbreak. And me and my friend Ricky like used that glitch so much, and it finally got patched, and I was like, dang.
Yee. You just info dumped a lot.
It's all right.
And I
I'm just
zoned
telling you
out,
because
bro.
no, because dude, it was such a good little glitch to exploit. Like,
It
see,
was,
even in
though,
like
for the time.
Omega Ruby and no, not Omega Ruby, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, they had a glitch too. I don't remember how to do it anymore, but like there was a glitch where you could like have a Pokemon be like duplicated in your team, and then like people be duplicating like shiny legendaries or just normal legendaries. And dude, I have a bunch of like duplicates in my inventory because of that. I got a shiny Chimchar from that, and I was like, awesome! And I got a shiny Chimchar.
That's cool. I'd love a shiny
My
Turtwig.
Infernape
I'm
is
working on
pink.
it, but
Bro,
oof.
I will restart my freaking game and get it with you. Well, actually, I
Oof.
could just get a shiny charm Masuda method for it and then give it to you.
That would be based because I'm sick of doing the egg method, bro.
But I don't really. Well, mine is the egg method, but if you catch every single Pokemon in the game, you get the shiny charm, which makes it
And I
easier to
don't
do it.
have that.
I
Yeah.
think I have a foreign Ditto and Sword and Shield.
I got one
It's got
already.
perfect stat. My friend hacked one in. It's shiny. It has perfect stats, and so that's my. It's also hacked to be from Japan, or no, it's like from Spain or something.
Yee.
So that's the one I use. But the next games we don't have on this tier list, but we're gonna put them somewhere. What do you think about Scarlet and Violet and their gimmick? I think terastallizing is kind of cool. It can be busted in certain
I think the games
scenarios.
are fire. I think the games.
I think they're good. I still think since they're really glitchy, I put them like maybe like in front of. I wouldn't say. Uh,
I'd put them in front of
I,
Fire Red, Leaf Green.
yeah, I'll be stab right there. They're going to be right there.
Like
That's
if
where
they
we'll put
weren't if
Scarlet
they
and
if
Violet.
they weren't glitchy, I'd put them in Masterpiece. I'd put them right in front of Arceus. But
I'd put them in the front. I put them in the front of Amusing to be fully honest with you,
if
because
they
I don't
weren't
know
glitchy, oh hold on,
the game is lacked to like keep me entertained.
I the if it wasn't glitchy, it would be the best Pokemon game ever. Hear me out, because the
Yeah,
story was halfway decent. It's completely open world. You can do whatever you want. go anywhere. You can start off and go to the final gym if you wanted to. Um,
You get waxed,
you
but
would
you
get
could.
waxed, but you can. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Hmm.
an adventure. And you can do the adventure on your own time, at your own pace. You don't have routes that you have to follow. This is what a Pokemon game should be. And if it worked and they weren't glitchy and they weren't like people's heads was three times the size and like people and like clipping into cliffs and all this crazy stuff, like if there was no glitches, this would be the top Pokemon game.
See, I'm kind of intrigued for the DLC. Not really, because I haven't. I want to say I haven't fully beaten the game because I've beaten it, but there you also have to go back and beat all the gyms all over again, and then fight pneumonia one more time. And I'm trying to get a full shiny team before I do that,
Yeah, I'm
and
not doing all that.
I only need like two more shinies to have the full shiny team, because I got shiny Quaxley, shiny Dunsparce, shiny Iron Bundle, and like a different other shiny something. But then like I need like two more to have like a full shiny team. Then I'll go in and beat the gym.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that unless I
I got the
have to
shiny
for the
charm.
DLC.
Well, I got the shiny charm, so it's easier for me. So that's why I can do it.
Yeah, I'm just
I
saying
went
I'm not.
through and I went through and beat that entire Pokédex in like 3 days.
Yeah, I remember you grinded it, but
I think it got irritating.
yeah, I'm not doing that unless I absolutely like have to beat to get into the DLC.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Let's
don't know.
see.
I
I'm
would
trying to.
if they weren't as glitchy, I would put them somewhere in the masterpiece area, but they are glitchy and they're really really bad. Um and
Yeah.
Game Freak should have took their time with that, but they didn't. So I would put it behind Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah. I'm thinking out of all of these games, like right before we end the podcast, I'm thinking out of all of these games, which generation do you think you liked every single starter for? Like you find like a perfect generation as in like had the best three starters. Like you don't hate a single starter from that generation. Because I only have two generations where I feel that way. I
Let me
have
think.
I
You
have
go ahead.
I
Let me
have
think.
Hoenn. For me, I have Hoenn because I think Torchic, Trico, and Mudkip are all amazing. I like all of them. Mudkip is my favorite by far because Swampert is absolutely busted. Yeah, no, Swampert. Yeah, Swampert is absolutely busted. So Swampert's my favorite starter, like overall. But my favorite is either this one, this three with perfect starters, or Diamond and Pearl because I like Piplup, Chimchar, and Turtwig. I like all three of those as well.
I agree. That's probably my favorite. My favorite trio's Gen 4 just because like they're all solid Pokemon. I like all three of them. Um I like all the starters from Gen 1,
That's true. I like
Gen
Gen ones
4,
as well.
and that's it.
See,
If
'cause
I
if I
have
were
to
to
like
go,
all the starters, it would be Gen 1 and Gen 4. That's it.
see, if I were to go into it, I like all of Gen ones. For Gen two, I like all of them except Chikorita. Chikorita's garbage.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
like
was
all
saying.
of Gen three. I like all of Gen
Eh,
four. For Gen five, I like Tepig and Oshawott. I don't like Snivy.
I like
Um,
Oshawott, that's it.
see, and Gen six is X and Y. I like Froakie's my favorite. I like Froakie.
Based.
Um, was it Chespin? I think
Yeah,
Chespin's the
Chespin
ground
and
one.
Fennekin.
And then I don't like Fennekin or Chespin. I just like Froakie in that one.
I like
Um,
Fennekin, but not Chespin.
see, the next one is
Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon. I don't like the only starter I like in this one is Rowlet. I don't like
Agreed.
Poplio. I don't like Poplio or the cat.
Hard
And
agree.
then uh,
Sword
what
and
was
Shield.
after the Sun? Sword and Shield. I like Sobble and I like Grookey, but I don't like Scorbunny. And then and the new one, I love Quaxley. I like Fuecoco. I do not like Sprigatito.
I like Sprigatito because I like grass types, but like it's not even near my top anything. It's just kind of like I
Yeah,
like Sprigatito. Quaxley, I did
I
not
like.
like Quaxley when I first saw him, but I'm okay with him.
Hear me out. I
But
like
I
Quaxley.
love
I
Fuecoco.
hate. I hate Quaxley's middle evolution, Quaxwell, and then Quaquaval is
I hate.
I call Quaquaval gay duck because that's what it is. It's very exotic,
I hate
but
everything except for Fuecoco's evolution line.
I still like Quaquaval though, dude. When I send my boy out, he's hitting with the
Yeah, he's
my
just
boy's
I
just
don't know.
dancing.
He's too much for me. I did not like his design.
I
I didn't even
didn't either.
Sprigatito and its second evolution are cool. I did not like its final form. Fuecoco, its entire line's fire. Just little empty-headed Fuecoco chilling there, and then he like
Yeah, no heads,
evolves.
thoughts,
He
empty.
evolves into like the egg sombrero, and then he evolves
Hold on,
into
I
like an
said that
alligator with the
backwards.
little what?
I said no head, thoughts, empty. I said wait, no. I said no thought. I meant to say no thoughts, head empty, but I said no head, thoughts, empty.
Based.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I love little
Here we
Fuecoco,
go.
bro. He
No
just
thoughts, head empty.
have you seen the video of Fuecoco just like walking on the beach and he drops his little berry and he starts crying?
Yeah.
I started crying, Loki,
And
when
there
I
was one
saw that.
where
I was
he
like,
said
ah, no.
I saw the I liked the one where he set his apple on fire and he was about to eat it, and then Quaxley was like, "Don't eat that." And then he's in, and Fuecoco just goes like,
Wasn't at the
because he like
beginning.
burned it.
Wasn't at the
Yeah,
beginning.
he burned it, and then Quaxley just like, "Don't eat that."
Yeah, don't do that, bro.
And he's like, "Barnacles, I was gonna eat that."
Yeah, I love little empty-headed Fuecoco, bro. But yeah, I
Me
think
too.
our list is solid. I think we're good here.
I do. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us. And again, we've got some special stuff in the works for all of you. We're not going to announce it all quite yet, but we've got stuff in the work for our loyal audience. Thank you guys so much again for listening, joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode of Hyperfixated.